Coming to you from the studios at the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum on Route 66, it's the Rock and Roll Chicago podcast.
Oh, Chicago, rock and roll, Chicago, my hometown. Well, I was born in the city, gonna rock the city, Chicago. Chicago rock and rollers are the best here around.
Hey everybody, it's Ray the Roadie.
And this is Hollywood Mike.
For the first time in 2025.
It is the first time in 2025.
It is.
And I was almost late. I was here with 1 minute to spare.
Well, that's usually the time you show up.
I know, but I was running around like crazy today.
Yeah.
What were you doing today?
What was I doing today? I went to the dentist.
Oh, no.
Yep. Got my teats cleaned.
Your teeth? Oh, just cleaned? Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. That's cool.
And then I did work at home all day.
He did say he got his teats cleaned. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Over by there.
I heard it.
He got his teats cleaned over by there.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. No, I was running all over the place. I had 10 minutes to spare and I flew here. I got here.
Well, thanks for showing up.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate it. I mean, normally it takes me about 15 minutes, but today it took me 10 minutes as the crow flies.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you should make it in no time because the bridges are all frozen.
I know that is true.
They won't be opening them.
We're going to try that segue one more time. I made it here in 10 minutes as the crow flies.
As the crow flies.
The crow flies.
Oh, that crow just flew right over my head the first time.
It did. Yes, it did.
Wow.
Yeah.
Why would you say that?
Because of who we have in the studio here tonight. They all look like crows.
They do.
Yeah.
Magpies.
Magpies?
That's Heckle and Jekyll. They were magpies.
No, I think what we have here, what are we? The Tuesday night music club?
The crocheting club or something.
Something like that.
Croatian club? Which is a wonderful place in Joliet.
Yes, it
we
is.
play
Yes,
there
it
many
is.
times. It's a lot of fun. Good
But it
people to
is
hang
the
out there.
Tuesday Night Music Club.
Yes, it is. How
A
y'all doing
tribute to
today?
Sheryl Crow.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Every one of them has been here before.
They have.
And I believe Greg has tied Brian McKenna.
He has
My
time.
friend Brian McKenna. Yes,
Yeah.
we played together. We played together in a prog band together.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
In a frog band.
No, Prague, but
Okay.
No, that was far too amphibian.
Ribbit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting. Man, so before we get everything started, I got a couple of things that I have to say. Number one, when I was, can you believe this? Sheryl Crow has been an artist for 25 years.
Wow.
That's it?
That's all?
Well,
I thought she was
she's
like
been
in
in
her
the music
60s.
business for longer than that because
Oh,
she was a backup singer for Michael Jackson.
She was.
I did not know that.
Yeah, she was. She was a backup singer
Yep.
for Michael Jackson, and she actually was the voice on a duet that he did off of the Bad album, and I can't think of the name of it right now. We'll have to grab our phones and look at it real quick. But yeah, she started off as a backup singer for Michael Jackson.
She was a session.
I like that he has
Yeah.
more facts than I do.
Absolutely. And the cool thing about Sheryl Crow for me is I don't know what it is. I used to think she was like so hot. I did. I like
Because she is.
She is. Yeah.
I haven't seen her in a few years.
Oh,
though.
she still
She's
is.
still smoking hot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool. Well, let's go. We're going to
She's
talk about
pushing
her
the
smoking
envelope.
hotness. But I'll tell you what. There's another thing. You guys are here. This is this date is a very important day. Not only for music history.
Since last you were here, we have a podcast historian.
Yes.
Oh, is that what this
Yes.
segment
But
is?
this is not necessarily just for music
This
only.
day in rock and roll history.
This day in rock and roll history. Oh, there she is. Yeah. Yeah, she's still smoking hot. Sheryl Crow.
Confirmed.
So this day in rock and roll history in 2005. Do you know what happened in 2005?
What happened in 2005?
All of the music that has now become known as rock and roll music. And the reason why I say that is because I don't think the term rock and roll was coined until, who was it? It was
Elvis
Johnny
Presley.
B. Good. No, Johnny B. Good. Chuck Berry.
Berry.
Chuck Berry. You know, there was a DJ out of Ohio that said this is rock and roll.
Really?
Right? But prior to that, guys like Bill Haley and the Comets, nobody really knew what to call that music, right? Then in 2005, all of his music became public domain.
50 years.
50 years. And it was because of that and it took this long. It took up until 2013 for them to say, you know what, we have to make all of these copyright expiration dates universal across the world as much as we can. It still is not, but it's got closer. But yeah, it was 50 years. And because of that incident, because everybody was all up in arms about, oh my God, how can we make Bill Haley's music public domain? You know, he was such an important asset. That's when it got changed to 70 years after the artist's death.
Really?
Yes.
I didn't know
is
they
what it
changed
is.
that.
Oh,
Yeah, 70 years. But it's still only 70 years, I believe, in Europe. 70 years period in Europe.
from beginning to end.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But that's important. I mean, it is. I mean, think about that. You know, you think about artists like the Rolling Stones, you know, that far outlived their music. And you're thinking, okay, I'm going to live in my retirement years, although they never retired.
Nope.
Living off of residuals. But if it becomes public domain, all of a sudden it's like your checks stop coming.
Well, Keith Richards will never die.
Yeah,
so
he
that's
won't.
fine.
No.
So.
I've got a picture of him teaching guitar to Willie Nelson when Willie Nelson was 5. But anyways, I guess that showed up on my homepage when I logged into the internet this morning. So anyways,
That's very interesting.
very interesting.
Thank you for that.
And I don't know a whole heck of a lot about it because I'm not a lawyer. I pay a guy that knows that.
Okay.
But that's pretty important.
That's very good.
Hopefully that affects everybody here.
Yeah, all our songwriting.
Yeah.
All our.
Well, Sheryl Crow
ASCAP.
then won't be public
Yeah.
domain till like 2100 then, I guess, because she's still kicking it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got a while.
But that's super important. You know, if you're an amateur musician or an amateur songwriter, and everybody we talk to says, "Oh yeah, I just write out the music and write out the lyrics and I mail it to myself." Okay, great. That might keep people from stealing your songs right now. But what if that one song becomes? What if somebody picks up that one song as like a commercial jingle?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yep.
it's important to do it, and it doesn't cost much to do it.
No. And every time you hear that commercial, they're getting paid.
They're getting paid. Yeah.
Scam
So that's your
be
public
mine.
service announcement for the day. Now let's get back to Sheryl Crow's hotness.
There you go.
Yeah.
Let's double that.
Let's talk about covering an artist.
That's right. That's right. So who put this whole thing together?
I think it was Chris.
It might be. I know I was the last one in.
Yeah, I don't remember.
You're always the last to know.
Last in.
So that there's 7 members in
Right.
this band. And so the 3 of us and then Chris Ricardo, who was here in
Right.
the episode
He's the guy that wears
129.
the hat.
Episode 129.
Is he the guy that wears the hat, plays guitar?
Yes.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So I think he had came to us with the opportunity to play at Reggie's doing the album night.
Right.
Like they have Thursday night album nights, classic album nights.
Okay.
And so I agreed. He's like, listen to Sheryl Crow's Tuesday Night Music Club album and see if you can do it. I was like, all right, for a one-off, sure. Like,
Right,
let's
right.
do it. And now,
So you learned all of the songs on that one album.
right, for the one from front to back. And we did that. And then we kind of came off the stage and we're like, well, that was kind of good. And then all of a sudden, it just kind of, we got booked 3 months later with JLP. So it was just it's kind of kept growing from there.
Right. Right. You guys started and you guys were called up and said, let's play this entire album. And was
Yeah.
it the album Tuesday Night Music Club?
Yeah.
It was
Yes.
that album.
Yeah.
And was that the album that had like, If It Makes You Happy? Was that her first album?
No.
No,
that song's not on there.
That's not on there.
Yeah.
I
No.
mean, all I want to do. I mean that that.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, the crazy thing about that song for me is I was like in my early 20s and I was a personal trainer at a little health club in Schaumburg. And everybody that walked in wanted to hear that album in its entirety. I have no idea why, but yeah, because they all wanted to, you know, we had this, these are days we had stereos and CD players and all that. And somebody brought it in and said, here, just keep it here. Everybody loves this. So people would walk in and say, hey, put on the Sheryl Crow album. So I'd stick the CD in and the whole thing would play for an hour or whatever. While
Yeah,
people
it's a
were
good
walking
album
Yeah.
it's very from start to
Yeah.
finish. And yeah, all I want to do is the first like big hit off of it. But yeah, so then we got another show lined up a couple months later at Sundance, I think maybe. We played with Jack Crows there.
Yeah.
Yeah. A Night of the Crows, basically, was our
Wow.
tagline.
Yes.
You know, very corny.
So the band was called, wait, what was it called? It was Jack Crow?
Well, it was Jack Tripper, and they were doing the Black Crows.
So a Night of Crow.
Gotcha.
So
Gotcha.
Sheryl
Gotcha.
Crow.
Yeah, yeah.
And Jack Tripper.
You know.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So the
Yeah,
Night of
they've been here.
Crows.
So yeah,
They just knocked on our door.
Yeah. Oh boy.
Wait. Wow.
Oh no.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Yeah, that's the
just
reason why
happened?
we don't let him talk very often.
But he has such a good voice.
Yeah.
But yeah, we basically, once we went on from the first time, we were like, well, let's just pick the best Sheryl Crow songs. Like, enough with this full album. Because the first album has got some duds on it. Not duds, but
it's
just like for the audience could be
Right,
duds.
right.
And so we decided to kind of, she has so much material. We're like, let's start picking all the good songs and make 90 minutes of all of her best hits. So that's kind of what we've grown into.
So that was your very first show. When was that? When did that take place?
November of 23. I checked it. I knew you would ask.
November.
It was our 1 year anniversary. We just had.
So of 23. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. So
And
you
then-
guys have been doing this for about a year or so.
Yeah. Mhm.
And have you played quite a few shows doing that?
I think there was 5.
Yeah.
And one of them
Right.
was a Milwaukee show that
Didn't work out so
didn't
well.
work out. Have you ever heard of Shank Hall up there?
I have. Yes, I did.
I'll let Greg elaborate this story because
Oh, I mean, Shank Hall is synonymous with Spinal Tap. That's like the little
Stonehenge?
Yeah, the little Stonehenge there.
Okay.
But yeah, we booked a thing with Jagged Little Pill. They're a
be shy.
Alanis Morissette tribute, and we got up there, got sound checked. We were all ready to go, and the plumbing backed up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, and they already had some people in line. So they let those 6 or 7 people in, and we each played one song or two
Yeah.
songs, something like that.
Wow.
And then called it off and spent the rest of the night in Milwaukee.
Yeah.
As a singer, that couldn't have been pleasant. You're taking these big gulps of air in and just smelling raw sewage.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, that
God.
wasn't great.
Yeah.
The worst part though was that his wife had to like help shop back.
She didn't have to. She we're sound checking. I look and there's Beth in back. Like I'm like, what
She's
is
a go-getter.
What is she doing back there? Like, yep, yeah, she was cleaning.
'Cause
cleaning things up.
Your wife does sound for you guys.
She does. Yeah, I own a
Yeah.
production company named BBKF Productions.
Right, right.
And so she was with me that night, just kind of hanging out. But she doesn't take time off. She doesn't know how to not do something.
Right.
So if there's a crisis,
She's like, disaster. I must get the shop back.
If there's any production companies out there looking for sponsorships, we have sponsorships available.
Available. Yes, we
I will
do.
have to look into that.
Yeah.
For our company, be happy to.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, we've got to reschedule now for April.
April, yeah.
coming up.
April 5th, I think.
It's so. I mean, ironically, that you said, isn't that ironic? Don't you think?
It's ironic.
Yes.
Because that they played with an Alanis Morissette tribute band. Because Alanis Morissette also began her career as a backup singer for Michael Jackson.
Wow, I didn't know she worked for
Womp, womp, womp.
Yeah. Look
Wow,
at.
look
See,
at
I know a lot of that stuff.
You do. Wow. You'd
Wow.
be good on Jeopardy.
Not really. I've tried.
Only for the
Jeopardy.
Michael Jackson category.
As long as it's stupid music shit
Yeah.
that nobody cares about, yeah, I do great. Can you see that? Yeah, I'll take stupid music trivia for 1,000.
People who performed with Michael Jackson for 200
Well, that's a lot of people. That's a lot of people.
or
Macaulay
started their
Culkin.
careers.
All of Toto.
Yeah, right. Emmanuel Lewis.
Yep.
But yeah, the project was basically like born just because we enjoy playing with each other.
Yeah.
Like that sounded dirty, but
That's okay.
musically.
Yes, indeed.
And I think we just wanted to evolve into something, and it's actually been really fun and challenging for me. I mean, I feel like, I don't know if it has been for you guys.
Totally
Yeah.
challenging for me because when Sucker Punch I play bass, and this is the first band I've actually played guitar in.
Oh, wow.
And that's
Okay.
kind of a funny story how that started too. I played guitar. I mean, I played my guitar my whole life, but at Greg's birthday party, it was a great time. And it was basically Sucker Punch. Played some songs, and there was a big sign-up sheet. A whole bunch of people could come up. And,
You play bass in Sucker Punch?
I play bass in Sucker Punch.
You do?
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
yes. All right.
So we had a list, and people were putting songs down. Now, when I'm, listening to Bon Jovi, one of the first songs I learned on guitar was "Wanted Dead or Alive." Because you got to learn how to play. So, and I've always played that song. And so when the list came up, I forgot who came up, but they put that song, and there's no guitar player.
Oh.
And Chris was like, "I know how to play it." So he's like, "I don't know how to play that song." So, and to be honest, there are so many talented people that Greg knows that come to hang out. It can be a little bit intimidating. So I'm just
A lot of it.
Yeah, so I'm just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go for it. And now
It was that kind of night.
right.
Yeah.
Now I did the Richie Samboro solo, no justice at all. It's just like, okay, blues box, okay, here it comes. But it was cool, and I think it was actually because of that. I mean, they never saw me play
No.
guitar before.
No, I had no idea.
I was
So-
like, wait a tick.
Right. So just from that, because Chris was playing and there wasn't and Rob, fantastic bass player from Jagged Pill, a whole bunch of other projects, he was playing bass, but they asked if I wanted to play guitar. So I'm like, so that's a situation where I'm kind of like stretching out of my comfort zone.
Yeah.
But I tried it, and it's, I haven't been kicked out yet.
No, why not?
So this is another important day in rock and roll history. We actually saw a bass player get promoted to guitars instead of the worst guitar player getting demoted to bass
Exactly.
player.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, well, that's good. Well, so what do you prefer?
Bass.
Yeah.
Bass is, that's kind of where that's where I made my bones. But
He's longingly staring at Rob the whole time on
it's so,
stage.
because it's, in a way,
Just a big man crush playing bass.
totally, because he's such a great bass player, and we're on the same side of the stage.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, he'll do some juicy lick. I'll be like, oh yeah, I dig that.
You're like, shit, I don't know where I belong now. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Did you when you first started playing? Did you start playing bass guitar, or did you start on guitar?
I started on guitar, but then
Okay.
I think, for me coming up, there was an opportunity in high school to play jazz band. So that's kind of where I started, and I just kind of stayed. But I mean, I always play guitar. I mean, I write original stuff. So,
Okay.
you can play guitar, and you know what I mean? So,
Right.
But,
So make use of that whole copyright thing.
yes.
Yeah.
Duly noted.
Yeah, absolutely. So who was the next person that I guess that joined the band? How did it all?
Well, so
get
it was the
assembled?
four of us.
Right.
You can go ahead.
Oh, trying to think how this all evolved from there. Was really Rob was the one who put together the gig because
Okay.
he has the contact. I think Mitch over at Reggie's. So he kind of put it together. Asked Ricardo about it. Ricardo reached out to me and Jen. Then we mentioned we need a second guitar. Got Mike. And then we got a background vocalist, Laura Lyden.
That came later, though,
Yeah.
because we had Andy.
Oh, that's
Andy.
right. Did we not have one on the first gig?
No.
Okay. Yeah.
No,
So she
no.
came after that. But yeah, we put that all together, and literally we finished the gig, and I looked at my phone, and I had a message from Pete Durbin, who's the drummer in JLP, and he's like, "Hey, Sundance Saloon wants to have you." I was like, "Wow."
Well, yeah.
I guess we're in a band now. It's not just a one-off thing.
Wow,
We've
yeah.
started a band. So,
Yeah.
and that's how a lot of these things tend to happen.
Well, of course. Yeah. Why the heck not?
Yeah.
So what's the reception like? Because I'm curious because, Sheryl Crow appeals to a lot of different people for a lot of different reasons. And I'm wondering what your crowds are like and what the shows have been like for you.
Well, I think the last show we had was probably the
Yeah,
best
the Tony D
reception.
show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Tony D's over in Elmwood Park. Real like small club, but very like the sound there is amazing.
Oh, they were
I forget
great.
that guy.
Really
he was
cool.
great.
Tony D's is
Yeah.
a cool place to play.
It's a nice vibe in there,
Right.
And I mean, people were singing along, people were dancing. I was really surprised. Certain songs of hers are very like pop, like "Soak Up the Sun."
right.
People sing along with that. So I was really happy with our reception there, and most of her music is either really like fun and playful or kind of like sad and reflective. So you get that like back and forth. So we try to make the set flow so that you get the ups and downs, just like a typical cover band show.
But even the stuff that sounds, and I guess this is part of I'll admit she's one of my mopeds. And this sounds terrible because we're talking about a woman, but a moped is they're fun to ride, but you don't want your friends to see you on one. That's good. And I don't mean that to sound sexual in any way, but yeah, I can just jam to some Sheryl Crow when I'm driving around in the truck every once in a while.
She's a great lyricist.
But even the stuff from her that sounds like it's sad, or kind of melodramatic, actually has a positive twist to it. Like the first cut is the deepest.
Yeah.
Right. It's you hear that song and you think the first cut is the deepest. Okay, this is a sad song, but no, it's like, look, you've had the first cut. It only gets better from here. She always puts that positive spin on absolutely everything.
Yeah, no.
Because she's Sheryl Crow.
She is. Yeah,
That's what she does.
She flies high. She
does.
She does. No, I'm a big fan of Sheryl Crow's. So, what about the demographic? I mean, when you look out into the crowd, what kind of
I'd
the
say
ages
like
and stuff that you're seeing there?
I don't know, 30
she hasn't
plus
had
for
anything
sure.
she hasn't had anything like big on the radio for a few years now.
No, but she's done a pretty good job of staying relevant. I feel like she did a tune with Stapleton recently. She's done some movie soundtrack stuff. So she's been out there. And then I want to say she's done a couple of like tours during the summer where you see her pop up.
Yeah, I can't remember who she was out with, but she was out with somebody really big
She was
last
with
summer.
Pink, wasn't she?
Oh, yeah.
I thought she did something with
So
her.
that'll put her in front of
Well, yeah,
a
of course.
diverse audience.
Yeah. What surprised me was, I think it was sometime around 2012 or something like that. She did a country album, and not a lot of people heard the whole country album, but I know she had one hit off of it, and she toured opening for George Strait.
Wow.
You know, and
That's legit.
That actually, that spoke volumes because she was, you know, well on her way to being a famous musician. You know, I believe she'd already won a Grammy, you know, at that point in the whole bit. And George Strait says, "Hey, come out and open for me." She's like, "Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to do that."
Yeah.
So that says a lot about her character.
Yeah, I admire
as well.
her like tenacity because she was like, I've done my fair share of like researching her because when you're doing a tribute, you kind of want to be able to connect better with the artist. She started her career with like leaving Las Vegas, which she was like given so much criticism for because they said she stole the story, she stole the lyrics, and I think she really like had this like, I'm going to prove you all that I'm actually a musician, and she's done nothing but that for the last like 50 years.
I didn't hear about that. What was the crap she got because of that?
It was like a book that she had read that like was about somebody who had left Las Vegas, and she basically like just kind of wrote the lyrics down on the side, and then whoever had written the book came after her after the song became big and was like, "Hey, you like stole my book," and then I think he ended up like killing himself. It was like bad.
Oh, God. Wow.
Yeah, it was like not good press for her at all. And so then she kind of went into a hole after that first Tuesday Night Music Club. And then I think she came back with, oh God, what was the hit right after that? It wasn't Soak Up the Sun, but it was something similar where she just kind of came back hitting it real hard. So I really, I appreciate that being, I mean, I've been in this Chicago scene for a long time, and there's not a lot of females that are still hanging around. So I kind of relate with her. And so when I'm on stage, I really try to embrace that.
Yeah. I'm trying to imagine what that
Yeah.
was.
God, it was. I'll think of it while you guys talk.
Yeah, 'cause I do have notes here. I'm not so smart that I'm just rattling this stuff off the top of my head. But yeah, it wasn't Soak Up the Sun.
No.
When was the time period? Because I think everybody was kind of giving her crap over the fact that she was kind of mellow a little bit.
And then singer-songwriter.
And then when she came out with If It Makes You Happy, and she made the music video that goes along with with that.
Right.
But and then it kind of went the other way where everybody was like, well, that's not Sheryl Crow. I mean, the true Sheryl Crow fans were like, what is this? Because it reminded them a lot of the well, again, Michael Jackson did a duet with Janet. Where, and the video looked very similar to the video that they did together, where it seemed almost like it was coming from a place of anger in a way.
I think it might have been A Change to Do You Good. I think that is the song, actually.
Oh, you know what?
That she came back and said
forgot
that.
about that
Yeah.
one.
Because she wrote it like with another really famous guy. They wrote it together. But yeah, that was kind of her comeback song. But
Yeah. I mean, she's written a lot of stuff. She's written with Don Henley, and then she's written a lot of stuff for people that you wouldn't know of. She's written stuff for Celine Dion. She's written a song for Winona Judd.
Yeah.
She's really versatile. She just did an album of covers, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she did a whole cover album, and one of them was Digging in the Dirt from Peter Gabriel.
No kidding.
And I'm a huge Peter Gabriel fan, so I was like, can we please? So we added that at the set, and that always kills.
Wow.
Yeah.
Excellent,
We did that one up the first time. Have you guys ever heard of Tribute Island that they do up in Kenosha?
Yeah, in Kenosha.
Yeah.
We've had a few people. We've had a few bands that have said they.
Yeah, it's such a great event.
It's
I
huge.
mean, it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun afterwards. It was a great time. But we brought it out for that show, and it went over really well. Like it was
it's a great tune.
It's a good groove for sure.
And Peter Gabriel sings on it, on her version of it.
Right.
He came into the studio with her.
Excellent. So out of all the hits, like what's your set list like? Are you really picking all of the top 10 hits, or you doing a couple of deep cuts?
Yeah, all the hits, and then just select deep cuts as we go, and we change it up show to show depending on how long it is or what we feel like will relate to a particular venue or audience.
Yeah.
Right. Or if we have an instrumental part we want to, jam out on a little bit, just kind of like she'll do live. So
Right.
Yeah. If you watch her live stuff, they are very jam band bandish, and they like will just kind of go off and do their own thing, and I love it. And even vocally, she's really grown. I mean, you watch her; she was very, she was a backup singer.
Right.
You got to follow what the other guy's doing.
Right.
But now I think Nashville has really influenced her a lot because you can hear more of like a country twang in her voice than you used to be able to hear. So
big time. I would have to agree with that. Yeah. I think, people always try to, when you read what critics have said about her, they've always said things like, she's got this powerful voice. I've never really thought of her voice as being powerful before. Soothing. I could listen to it all day, kind of thing. But she definitely is her own. She really is. So
absolutely.
I think it's time to see if they really pay tribute to Sheryl Crow.
See or listen to.
Because
they can't. Fans can't.
Well, we can
damn thing.
Yes, that's right. I think it's time.
Well, you have to also take in mind there's only 3 of us, and there's typically 7.
Don't be making excuses now. Don't be no.
Okay, then we'll be right back. You're listening to the Rock and Roll Chicago Podcast. Hey, everybody, it's Ray the Roadie.
And this is Hollywood Mike of the Rock and Roll Chicago Podcast. If you've been enjoying our weekly program, we have great news for you. Just tune in to Road to Rock Radio on Mondays at 7 p.m. Central Time, and you can hear a rebroadcast of one of our past episodes. Then again on Thursdays at 7 p.m., you can hear our most current episode brought to you by the Illinois Rock and Roll Museum on Route 66.
So go to roadtorock.org, scroll down, and click on Radio Station. That'll bring you to the Road to Rock Radio, a station committed entirely to the great music from Illinois, from Chicago blues born on Maxwell Street to today's rock and roll and everything in between. 24/7, all music with its roots in Illinois.
So, for the first time tonight, we have, what the heck is
Tuesday Night Music Club.
The Tuesday Night Music Club.
And
everybody.
Crocheting Group.
And the Croatian Croatians. Oh my God, that's the name of my next band.
The
Take it
Tuesday
away.
Night Music Club on Wednesday. It's Wednesday.
There you go. Yes.
I used to ride with a vending machine repairman. He said he's been down this road more than twice. He was high on intellectualism. I've never been there, but the brochure looks nice. Jump in, let's go. Lay back, enjoy the show. Everybody gets high, everybody gets low. These are the days when anything goes. Every day is a winding road. Get a little bit closer. Every day is a faded sign. I get a little bit closer to feeling fine.
There's usually a guitar there.
He's got a daughter he calls Easter. She was born on a Tuesday night. I'm just wondering why I feel so all alone. Why I'm a stranger in my own life. Jump in, let's go. Lay back, enjoy the show. Everybody gets high, everybody gets low. These are the days when anything goes. Every day is a winding road. I get a little bit closer. Every day is a faded sign. I get a little bit closer. Every day is a winding road. I get a little bit closer. Every day is a faded sign. I get a little bit closer to feeling fine.
I think that's good right there, yeah? Because this is just a guitar solo right here.
Wow, wow. You should have did the
I know,
wow-wows
the
again.
mouth guitar.
Yeah. Should have did the wow-wows.
Sorry.
Oh, there it is.
Thank you. At least it wasn't the bottom yellow one. Thank God. That's for the end of the show.
Yeah.
All right.
God, you can't help but sing along to that song.
I know. I can't hear the other two they're going to do.
Oh, you're funny.
Don't even pretend. You got this. You got it. You got it. You do. That's all.
What's so great about the project, though, honestly, because typically we're just the four of us, and having keys on stage, having a backup vocalist on stage, having two guitars on stage, I'm so blessed that to be surrounded with such talent, and that it really empowers you as a vocalist to have all that sound behind you and around you. Like it's awesome.
Yeah.
So I feel
Covers
really
up all your mistakes. I love that. Doesn't it?
Especially the keys.
Awesome.
Especially the keys.
I know. And when you mess up, even if you mess up the lyrics, you got like four other people you can look at and go,
What we were meme the other day?
Oh yeah. Forgetting lyrics is an art.
Yeah.
And I'm an artist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a
doctorate program.
I believe it's singing the wrong lyrics with conviction is an art.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
He must have gotten in his feed too.
I saw it too. Yes, I did. It was the black and white. It was the black and white photo with it was on a marquee like at a bar.
I think so. Yeah.
Singing the wrong lyrics with conviction is an art, and I'm an artist.
But like you've said before, if people know the song, all you got to do is like mumble, and they don't hear it.
Watermelon cantaloupe.
That's all you
do.
Or if you forget, just do the universal.
Yeah,
Right.
I do that a lot.
Turn the mic around.
I'll turn the mic around.
You guys sing
and they
it.
sing it for you. That's the beauty of doing cover songs.
That's right.
Well, yeah, being tribute, I'll be honest, I've been a lot more like nervous because of the fact that you do have more like loyalists and fans of that particular artist.
Yep.
So like when you go up there, like they are watching to make sure you're not messing up. They're like, that sounds different.
Yeah. No, they do. They absolutely do. I got asked to play guitar in a Steve Miller band, tribute band one time.
Fun.
And they did not try to emulate or copy the song perfectly. It was like a jam band format, but it's Steve Miller music, right? And I can't remember the song that it was. Big old general liner, right? Literally, we weren't even finished with the set. After the song was over, we had like three guys go, that was nothing like the Steve Miller version of that song.
Cross-arm guys.
Yes, there was there's no, So
Yeah.
come on.
Oh, and clearly I don't have like blonde hair that's curly, and I'm 5'11" and she's like 5'2", so it's like I'm clearly not trying to go for the look. So I've got to try to sound as much as I can like her.
But she's changed her style and the way she's looked so many. Remember, she had that short haircut. She went through a phase where she wore like peasant dresses and she had a short haircut, and then she came back and she had long hair. I mean, she is a fashion setter. She's actually worked with a lot of professional designers to kind of change her look and the whole bit.
Stay relevant.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. She really has reinvented herself, a few times, but stayed true to who she is at the same time. I really do admire her. I think she's, she's got a lot of good music, and I do enjoy listening to her stuff for sure. So it's got to be fun to play.
It is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what kind of places are calling you guys up, or they're readily saying, oh yeah, we definitely need a Sheryl Crow tribute band here tonight?
I'll let Greg answer that.
Let's see, where
Or
we've been.
Mike.
Reggie's was great. Love playing down there. Their whole album night thing is really cool. Sundance Saloon, Shank Hall, Tony D's.
Yeah.
And we got Rock House coming up.
Rock House is coming up on February
22nd.
22nd,
We're
right.
playing with Tennessee Whiskey, the Chris Stapleton with Rich Sawyer. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, a lot of more clubs are booking like tribute or like tour
packages.
faux nights.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like Warp Tour or like Lilith Fair.
Yeah.
They're doing like whole nights of bands and stuff like that.
It's like going that route.
It is.
It's the tribute thing is just blown up like crazy. I mean, I'm in probably 5 or 6 of them right now because it's just.
Well, I know.
It's the
I see
thing.
you all over the place.
Yeah.
It's like you
get around.
You haunt my Facebook page. It's like Greg
sorry.
Rapp was here. Greg Rapp was here. Greg Rapp was here. This is Greg Rapp. I wake up in the middle like, Greg.
They've got that unfollow button. I highly recommend using it. It's completely overrated. Yes.
Got a good PR agent.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
You're
does.
looking at it. That's it. No. Yeah, but it's a huge thing. And it's really cool. And artists take it, cover bands take it really seriously. I have a friend who's in, my buddy Will Fidanzo is in a national Prince thing.
Yeah, right.
And they're going out every weekend and playing. They were just at a run down in Texas, and they're doing House of Blues down there. They're doing 800 to 1,000 people a night.
Oh yeah.
So it's a big deal.
I know it is absolutely crazy. We've got a friend of the podcast here. His name is Mike Aquino, who's playing.
Mike's great. I play with Mike.
Yeah,
I do one of these nights, the Eagles thing.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You're in one of these nights too.
So I'm part of the Maggie Speaks Corporation.
Who the hell are you, Greg? I mean seriously, are you schizophrenic? What the heck?
I get around. I just did a Who tribute.
I believe he referred to him as a boil last time at the end of the episode. Just keeps showing up.
I'm sorry.
He's like, I'm not a whore, but I'm a musician, and it's close enough.
Yeah, right. No, it's funny that the Maggie Speaks thing. We're a wedding corporate band.
Yeah.
But through that, Dave Calceretta has tribute bands as well. So he started those on the side. One of these nights was the first one of that. So I sub in that because that's it's the same kind of tech that we use in the regular band. So I do that, and then I'm in a Bee Gees thing called Brothers Gibb.
Yeah.
We're playing Gaelic Park coming up. Or I'm sorry, not Gaelic Park, Lyric Theater. And then Radio Gaga is another one that I do.
Some friends of mine just recently saw that. I didn't know you were in Radio Gaga as well.
I play drums part-time, and that the regular drummer, Vance Orashevsky, is the full-time guy at Drury Lane. So when he can't do that, I play drums. But my wife and I are the full-time sound team for that. So we do all their sound gigs through the summer.
Yeah, thank God he hasn't contacted us to do every single one of these things on the podcast. We have to call it the Greg Rack
I might know somebody.
Chicago podcast.
That's right.
Yeah, right.
We've spread it out to every 50 episodes. You're welcome.
Yeah, we'd have to.
But
nobody needs that much.
If there's any production companies out there that would like to
sponsor
buy some commercial time on our podcast,
it is available.
Yes, it is.
But what I was saying about Mike is, he's playing in that Cher tribute band.
Yeah, The Beat Goes On.
The Beat Goes On.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Clem Hayes and Ed Breckenfield.
And every time I see, stuff from him, we live really close together in Hope, and I've known him for a few years. It's like whenever you see the posts that he puts on Facebook, it's like you think they're this multi-million-dollar national touring act. They're flying. I mean, they fly all over the place.
Yeah, it's a fly date thing. She was out in Vegas. She had a residency out there for at least a couple years, I know. And but Mike does that, and he does. But it's the same thing. We all do in kind of the jobbing scene. Like he does that. He's got a bunch of other bands that he's in as well. So there's a lot of the full high-end touring work. That you can do.
Right. So if anybody's looking to do a Hootie and the Blowfish tribute
I'm
band,
sure there is one. There's gotta be.
I have been accused of sounding like Darius Rutger, so I'd love to hang out.
There's more than enough hits.
I think people were saying you sounded more like a blowfish.
Yeah, that's true.
A blowhard, right?
That's true.
Well, I think bars it's easier for them to book tributes because they're like, they know what they're going to get. When they book Sucker Punch, they're like, what do you guys do?
Yeah.
What songs do you do? And you're like, well, a variety. And they're like, what does that mean? And they want their people that are coming there to know what they can tell them. So when you say tribute, it's very clear. So I think that's why it moved that way.
And never say, oh, we're an original band.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Never say that.
Yeah.
Well, at least not here anyway. I think a lot of it is.
There are places that look for that.
I think a lot of it is regional because I think the bar owners in the Chicago area and really, Wisconsin, Indiana. I'm talking kind of like the Midwest or the Great Lakes region or whatever. They've kind of figured out that people want to hear the music that they like the way they are used to hearing it.
Yeah.
And they want to see tribute bands. They don't want to see a cover band that covers 20 different bands and it might not sound exactly the same, and that brings people in. But I travel all over the country as well, and there's places like you go to South Dakota, they don't want you if you're a tribute band. They want original music. Oh yeah, absolutely. You guys, especially if you go around the Deadwood area, and that's surprising to me because Deadwood area of South Dakota is a resort town. There's a big casino there in the whole bit. But they want to hear original music. And Minnesota as well. They want to hear original music. So I think a lot of it has to do with where you are and what puts asses on the bar stools.
100%.
Nothing else matters. At the end of the day, we're all glorified beer salespeople.
That's exactly what it is. My job is not to entertain you or play perfect music. My job is to sell beer.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it is. Yeah.
It's the gig.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. But we get to have fun doing it, so that's cool.
Well, yeah. That's what it's all about. When it becomes too much like work, I don't want to do it anymore. Right?
Yeah.
So what's the next one you're going to do for us?
The next song? Oh,
yeah.
Can't Cry Anymore?
We could do that. Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah.
What's this one called?
Can't Cry Anymore.
Can't Cry Anymore. I don't know if I'm familiar with that one.
You might be.
You might be.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Hopefully you won't cry after
Shall we
hearing
pause it for a second? We'll pause it for a
We
second.
could pause. We'll be right back.
Pause.
You're listening to the Rock and Roll Chicago Podcast.
All right. And we are back.
Yes, we are.
They're going to perform Can't Cry Anymore.
Don't cry, baby.
Don't cry.
As Made Famous by Sheryl Crow.
Your car and drove to Texas. I'm sorry, honey, but I suspected we were through, and I can't cry anymore. Since I left, been feeling better, 'cause that's what you get when you stay together too long, and I can't cry anymore. That harmony right there. Now wouldn't it be good if we could hop a flight to anywhere? So long to this life. So much for pretending, 'cause bad luck's never ending. And now I know that money comes in, but the fact is it's not enough to pay my taxes, and I can't cry anymore. Oh, hey. Well, I got a brother, he's got real problems. Heroin, now there's just no stopping him tonight, and I can't cry anymore. Now wouldn't it be good if we could hop a flight to anywhere? So much for this life, so much for pretending, 'cause bad luck's never ending. It's never ending. Oh, yeah. Well, it could be worse. I could have missed my calling. Sometimes it hurts when you read the writing on the wall, and I can't cry anymore. Now wouldn't it be good if we could hop a flight to anywhere? So long to this life, so much for pretending, 'cause bad luck's never ending. And so much time I've been spending with my heart in my head, waiting for time to come and mend it. I can't cry anymore. 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 Da-na-na. Bum, ba-na, ba-da-da. Where are those keys at when you need them, right? Bum, ba-na, ba-da-da.
Oh, thank you. Wow, this audience is great.
They're fantastic.
Do you pay them? Are they
Cast
paid?
of thousands.
That's the most
Yeah.
people that have clapped for that song.
You know,
It's crazy.
you do a good job of the Sheryl Crow stuff.
Oh.
You do good.
She kills it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you really do.
I actually got a pretty good compliment from Mel Shuey.
Yeah, yeah.
She's like, I don't like Sheryl Crow, but I like hearing you sing Sheryl Crow. I was like, oh man, that's a really nice compliment.
When we first started doing this, Melissa Shubalis does the Atlantis thing.
Yeah.
And destroys it, kills it so good. Like, has the moves, has the hat, has
Really?
the whole.
Wow.
Oh, they're absolutely fantastic. I'm like, yeah, Mel has that. She does Atlantis. you are Cheryl.
Yeah.
Thank
No,
you.
do.
I appreciate that.
Because she definitely has a certain inflection to her voice.
Yeah,
And
it's a vibe
you've
thing.
Found it. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. You know, I realized that I did write this down. What album was that from?
Can't cry anymore. Look how he's testing us on the knowledge.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure that was on the first
I think
album.
that was on-
yes.
Was it really off the
Yes.
first album?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
We did it at Reggie's. That's how I know.
Yeah.
Yes, it was on Tuesday.
Yes.
Because I mean, it had a little bit of a country twang to it, so I was wondering if it was on that 2013 album. 'Cause
I think maybe that Steve McQueen might have been on that album.
Well, what I was thinking of, because I did take it down as a note and I didn't remember that I did this. In 2013, she had a song called Easy.
Okay.
I don't know
I don't know
that.
that one.
And it was apparently it was her biggest hit since 2005.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Maybe we
notes.
might want to learn
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
One of the newer ones that I
Note.
like.
But that was the album that I told you about where she did an album in Nashville and it was an all country album.
Oh, okay.
And she ended up opening for George Strait because of that album. And that song Easy was the single that charted for her. So
We're gonna definitely have to look into
Yes.
that one. I like the song "Home," which I feel like is a newer
Home's
song.
great.
Yeah, it's kind of mellow and sad. It's
Yeah.
but it's like she's just very great at singing lyrics, just so like delicately but like strong. I don't know. That sounds like
No,
a jumbo shrimp, but you know what I'm trying to say.
strongly delicate.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I totally get that. Yeah. So did you ever give thought to singing Sheryl Crow?
Carol King. I love Carol King.
Carol
Burnett.
King.
Carol Schroes. Yeah. Did you ever give any thought to doing
Never.
it before you were asked? And
Never, but I will say that when Chris was like, "Man, see if you can do it," and I listened to the album, and I was like, "I think I know all these songs already," because I had listened to it like as a teenager for sure.
Right.
She was totally cool when I was growing up, so yeah, I immediately was like, "Wow, I do have a connection to her," and then I just started like looking at her, and a lot of the clothes that she wore, I was like, we had a similar taste. I was like, "Oh my God, she's influenced me more than I thought."
Right.
So it was kind of cool.
yeah, no, it is amazing. A lot of times you don't realize how much music somebody has until you sit down and actually start thinking about, well, let's figure out what these Sheryl Crow
yeah.
songs are. Next thing you know, you've got 30 of them. Yeah.
Well, and you're listening to it at a different period in your life too. Like I listened to her when I was a teenager, and now I'm listening to her, in my 40s as a mom.
Yeah.
So the lyrics hit different.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You're
So
exactly
it's
right.
it's like you literally are listening to somebody new again. So it was great rediscovering her for sure.
I admit the only Sheryl Crow song that I ever played guitar on was Favorite Mistake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just a cool, I don't know, that's a cool song to play guitar on. I mean,
It is. I can confirm.
It is so, it's relatively simple and kind of mellow, but it just sounds cool.
I just happen to know that song came out in 1998.
Do you know that?
See, I have knowledge
Wow.
too.
All right. How do you know that?
I'm smart.
Oh, okay.
He does
Yeah.
have a laptop in front of him.
Oh,
Too.
he does have a laptop in front of him. Yeah. Well, you have to, you don't know because sometimes,
It was
somebody.
also the number 3 all-time greatest hits of hers.
Oh, no kidding. Wow. Look at him.
He's just like a fact bomb just coming by.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you never know. Somebody his age, they usually don't know how to use laptops.
Easy.
What's been great too is like Ricardo had to learn how to play the slide. He may have known how to do the slide already, the slide
know.
guitar.
Yeah.
But it pushed him to purchase one, I think, at least. And then, it's pretty cool. For I think maybe 3 songs he plays that.
Yeah.
And that's such a unique sound to have on the stage with you.
Right. Right. You can't fake that. You really can't fake
No.
that. And I don't know her guitar player's name. I can see the guy's face, but he's a fantastic guitar player.
They're all great players.
Yeah.
They're all session cats.
But her guitar player, the guy that plays the black Telecaster most of the time, and I've never seen him without a black Telecaster thin line, and I can't think of his name, but he's a fantastic guitar player, and I know he plays with a few other people, but most of the time I've seen him as with Sheryl Crow. So she's got a great group of guys with her.
Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely.
I nerded out and watched like her home. They like did a tour of it, and she above her like barn, like where her horses are, she has a studio, and it's like such a badass studio.
Oh,
like
sure.
she, and they actually recorded a song with Chris Stapleton up there. Tell Me When It's Over, I think is the name of the song, which hopefully we'll be able to play with when Tennessee Whiskey, when we play with them.
February.
We're going to try
yeah.
to do a little duet together. So
Very cool.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Yeah, that would be. When is the date of this show?
February 22nd
February 22nd. Okay.
at the Rock House in Is that West Dundee?
West Dundee.
West Dundee. Okay. Boy, that sounds interesting.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
If I'm not working, I might have to go and check that out.
Your first show in 2 years.
Yeah, no kidding.
I would be honored.
Yes.
Yeah. No, I do. I really do try and get out and see people play. It's just like, God.
You're just so busy. Maybe we should be going to see him.
Yeah. I gotta go out and see Cadillac Groove.
No,
yeah.
we bored the shit out of you guys.
until the Hootie and Blowfish songs. Then we're like, yeah.
Hootie and the Blowfish. Right. So, what other gigs you guys have coming up?
That one for sure. And then we also have one April 5th up in Milwaukee.
Right. The redo.
The reschedule.
Yeah, the reschedule of the shitty
sewage
night.
place.
Yes,
Excuse me.
Yes.
At the shitty bar. Yeah.
As of right now,
Gotta do
February
it.
22nd is clear for you, sir.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh, he's putting you to the challenge.
You carry his calendar. That's impressive.
He is my secretary.
Wow,
He
that's
really
nice.
is. Yeah, he tells me
I need
where
one
we
of
are.
those.
Yeah, he tells me where we are. That's for sure.
But yeah, we've got our press kit out there. You know, we're trying to push for, I'm sure hopefully we'll be at Tribute Island again this year. That'll be fun for sure.
Some Summerfest stuff, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So how do people find you? Because I searched for you guys.
I know. We're
And
new.
when I entered Tuesday Night Music Club, what it did is it gave me a whole list of local bars that have open jams.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it did. Yeah. So
Yeah,
how do people find you?
I got a band in the UK. I got one in
Wow.
Texas.
Yeah.
I got
Well,
one.
this is a baby project. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, I just thought it was a one-off.
Yeah.
I really did.
Yeah.
And then people kept asking for it.
That's
So
how they always start. It's
maybe
like
we'll
you do
get
one.
serious
Yeah.
this year.
But you guys are on Facebook.
We're on Facebook.
So if anybody's on Facebook, which is still the best way to connect for bands and other artists,
Agreed.
nobody else. I mean, it's like free webpage.
For sure.
It really is. So you guys are on Facebook and you got your calendar and stuff there.
Yep.
And there's some pictures and everything. Don't
Yep.
get it confused with
Videos.
Sucker Punch.
Got a video. We got a promo thing.
We do
up
have a
there.
promo video.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, I did. And that's a pretty good video. I
Thanks.
did see the promo video.
Yeah.
So excellent. So go and check these guys out. Go to their Facebook page, like the page. What a lot of people don't know, I tell this to everybody at Cadillac Groove shows. Go to the page, like the page. When they create invites, you'll get a little notice, hey, they've invited you to a show.
Mm-hmm.
That is the easiest way of finding out where you can go and see these guys.
That's right.
So go out there and see them if you're Sheryl Crow fans. Or if you're not a Sheryl Crow fan, they're just nice.
You might become a Sheryl Crow.
That's right. That's right. Because
convert.
apparently they play Sheryl Crow better than Sheryl Crow.
Yeah.
Oh, don't say that. But man, if she showed up at a show,
Yeah.
How cool would that be? Can you imagine
also
that?
weird.
Yeah.
No,
I'd
it
be
would
like, I'm sorry. And just hand her the
I
microphone.
think she'd have a cease and desist order in her hand, maybe.
Yeah.
I believe it or not, I've actually been on stage at Le Cordon Blues. I don't think they're even there anymore in St. Charles.
Oh, I know that place.
I was
Americana.
with a cover band like 25 years ago, and we were playing Vehicle, and Jim Peterick was in the audience.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, he's local.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He's local.
That's awesome. And you're still doing it.
And
So
he
that's
loved
good.
it. Yeah, that's right. No, he absolutely loved it. He's like, oh my God, it was great. He loved it.
Oh,
It was
that's
great.
awesome.
Yeah, he's a cool dude.
Yeah,
So.
Jim's great.
So I think that's about it.
I think that's about it.
Unless they want to take us out with one more.
I don't know.
It's on the guitarist, not on me.
That would be
What do you want to do?
that would be a real sucker punch.
That would be.
Thanks. I appreciate the plug.
Top that bucket of fish. Whatever works. I knew we'd find a use for that button. Yeah, nailed it. Well done.
Unless we want to try a favorite mistake.
Sure. I was just looking for that one. Just
Which
'cause you
was the
suggested.
number 3 most popular.
in 1998.
1998.
That's not going to be easy to play on an acoustic guitar.
I know. I was like, are you
bit
sure
off
that's
more than I
okay?
can chew. But that's what I'm talking about.
All right, yeah,
you gotta
That's-
step out there.
You got to
Right.
step out there. That's right. That's right.
Cool. You ready?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. For the final time.
This might be his favorite mistake.
That might be.
There might be many favorite mistakes here. We'll have plenty to choose from.
So if we forget to say it later, thanks for listening. 'Cause we're
Yeah,
gonna
thanks
go-
for having
we're gonna
us
go- we're gonna
again.
go with these guys.
Honestly,
That's right. We're
you
just
guys are
gonna-
great at
yeah.
this.
Yeah.
Honestly, I love coming here. So thank you for having us.
Oh,
It was a
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
This is from the Globe sessions, I think. If anybody's curious.
All right, we ready? Oh, you got it. Okay, we're rolling. Here we go.
I was going to start early. Uno, dos, tres, go. I woke up and called this morning. The tone of
favorite mistake.
You're doing it, Michael. You got this.
Your friends sorry for me. They watch you pretend to adore me, but I'm no fool to this game. Now here comes a secret lover. She'll be unlike any other until your gift goes up in flames. Did you know when you go, it's the perfect ending to the bad day I gotten used to spending? When you go, all I know is you're my favorite mistake. You're my favorite mistake. Well, maybe nothing lasts forever, even when you stay together. I don't need forever after. It's your laughter won't let me go, so I'm holding on this way.
There you go. I'm going to do the whistle there.
And did you know, could you tell you were the only one that I ever met? Now everything's so wrong. And did you ever make you cry? Did I ever make you cry? Oops. You're my favorite mistake. You're my favorite mistake. You're my favorite mistake.
Lots of mistakes.
Tuesday Night Music Club, everybody.
That's right. And it's Tuesday night. No,
Yeah.
it's Wednesday.
+1.
It's Wednesday.
+1, yeah.
Close enough.
That's right. Thanks for coming out, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks for having us.
Pleasure
Thank
having
you.
you guys.
Cheers.
See you soon.
We'll see you.
Alrighty, there you have it. Tuesday Night Music Club.
Tuesday Night Music Club. Yeah.
And you know what's really weird?
What's what?
We're talking about the the interview we just did. It was a great
Yeah.
interview, and they're still here looking at us.
I know they're staring at us like, what the heck is
We've
wrong
never
with you
done
guys?
this before.
I know we haven't.
But that was a lot of fun seeing them guys again.
Yeah, we should have kept the tape rolling and just like
We probably
got all
should
the
have.
dirty secrets and everything.
We probably should have,
Yeah.
but we just had to get this outro done.
That would have been my favorite mistake.
Yeah, it would have been. Wow. Oh, I think I just took a sucker punch.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I think it's time to go to Juliet's.
I think it is. Okay, everybody, thanks for listening. Make sure you check us out every Tuesday for another exciting episode of the Rock and Roll Chicago podcast. The Rock and Roll Chicago podcast is edited by Paul Martin. Theme song courtesy of M&R Rush. The Rock and Roll Chicago podcast does not own the rights to any of the music heard on the show. The music is used to promote the guests that are featured.
Roll, Chicago.